to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter population, organisms and population. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the responses to abiotic factors. So, what are responses to abiotic factor? First, we will discuss about the water conformers and regulators. There are two types of organisms, those who cannot maintain or regulate their body functions like temperature or that are known as cold-blooded organism, or organism which can control, which can regulate their body temperature or body function. Those are known as regulators. So there are two types of mainly organism found on earth, those who control or regulate their body temperature or those temperature or body function according to the environment factors. So what are the responses to abiotic factors? Now, having realized that abiotic conditions of many habitats may vary drastically in time, we now ask how do the organisms living in such habitat cope or manage with stressful conditions. We are knowing about every organism are adopted for their environmental condition. For example, if we are living in tropical area, so we are adopted for tropical area. Those organisms which lives in temperate region or conifer forest or polar region or Arctic or alpine tundra, so those are adopted for their environment only. That's why they are capable for living in that harsh condition. For example, in deep ocean trenches, in permafrost region, the animals are adopted for that condition. Not such diversity are found, not much diversity are found in that particular area. But even there, it cannot be said that there is the life is impossible, because the life are even found in that particular area too. So that's why, because of their adaptation in particular area, that's why they are found in that particular region. We are not able to survive in that condition, because that in thermal spring the bacteria are found, the living organism are found, but not us, because we are not adapted for that particular reason. But even we are thermal organism, including man or human. That's why they are found in all geographic conditions. So it is important. But before attempting to answer this question, we should perhaps ask this first: why a highly variable external environment should bother organism after all? One would expect that during the course of millions of years of their existence, many species would have evolved a relatively constant internal environment that permits all biochemical reaction and physiological function to proceed with maximum efficiency. So we know that our enzymes are working at a specific condition at 37 degrees centigrade, because our body temperature, the ideal temperature of our body is 37 degrees centigrade. So at that temperature our enzymes work. If more than this temperature is occurred, that during fever actually the most of the enzyme get denatured, or because they are formed by protein at the higher temperature given to the enzyme, they lost their identity. The enzymes lost their identity, or that's why we know every and each metabolic activity happens in our body because of the enzymes in fast. That in the absence of enzyme, may the metabolic activity happen, but in slow rate. So enzymes increase the rate of reaction, or these enzymes works at particular temperature or optimal temperature. If temperature is decreased or increase by the optimal temperature, so enzyme may not work or become degenerated, denatured or degraded in our body. That's why in fever we are feeling just restlessness or so many that is for hard for us for digestion of molecule or digestion, for example, only, or we are feeling just restlessness. So that this is the reason behind the situation. Enhance the overall fitness of the species. That efficiency enhance the overall fitness of species. This constancy, for example, could be in terms of optimal temperature and osmotic concentration of body fluid. Ideally, then the organism should try to maintain the constancy of its internal environment, that is a process known as homeostasis, despite varying external environment conditions that tends to upset its homeostasis. So whatever the environmental condition is, our body always can make constant our internal environment, because we are belongs to the regulator. But some of the species, those are not regulate their body, they are known as conformers, or they maybe die after the increase or decrease, or if the unfavorable condition happen, or increase or decrease in the environmental condition, outer environmental condition, or their body behaves just like outer environment. That's why they may die after when environmental condition vary from the optimal condition. So that is the reason. So homeostasis is the process by which our body tends to maintain our internal environment. That is, whatever the body temperature is, what is the pH is, our body pH is, that is our body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. So our body tends to maintain our body temperature during cold condition, when the outer environment, the temperature of outer environment is about 5 degrees centigrade, 2 degrees centigrade, or 1, even 0 minus degree centigrade, to our body tends to regulate our body temperature. So because we are regulator, if whatever the surrounding pH or soil pH or whatever the food pH, food we are consuming or drinking, our body maintain our fluid pH, that is 7.4 pH is our body pH, blood pH. So this is always maintained by our blood. Our viscosity is maintained by our body environment, our body. So it is important, whatever the living organism survive in the terrestrial region, the living organism like fishes survive in the marine water. It is not happen when we introduce any living or aquatic animal into, if we are going to see aquatic animal, their fluidity is maintained. In the water, they also show the osmotic behavior by the body, but even though they regulate their viscosity, they regulate their osmolarity. So how they regulate, that is important. Now let us take an analogy to clarify this important concept. Suppose a person is able to perform her best when the temperature is 25 degrees centigrade and wishes to maintain it so, even when it is searchingly hot or freezingly cold outside. It could be achieved at home, in the car while traveling, and at workplace by using here the person homeostasis is accomplished not through physiological but artificial means the person maintain their body environment not physiologically. That means the body do not maintain this. We are maintaining by the artificially means, that is by the use of different technologies like heater and air conditioner. Now, how do other living organisms cope with the situation? Like the other organism, we know about the polar bears. They can survive. They are living in the polar area, or they can survive in the polar area by the hibernation. Some of the frog also do by this method. Now let us discuss about the regulate term. Some organisms are able to maintain homeostasis by physiological means, which ensure constant body temperature, constant osmotic concentration, etc. All birds and mammals and a very few lower vertebrates and invertebrate species are indeed capable of such regulation. That is, they are thermoregulation or osmoregulation. That is, thermoregulation, if we talk about birds and mammals, are thermoregulation. They can do thermoregulation by the blood circulatory system, or osmoregulation done by our kidney. Osmoregulation, like the protozoans do osmoregulation by their contractile bacteria. Evolutionary biologists believe that the success of mammals is largely due to their ability to maintain a constant body temperature and thrive, whether they live in Antarctica or in the Sahara Desert. So whatever the environment is, the humans are able to maintain their body temperature by the physiological mean or by artificial also, by the mean of artificial also. The mechanism used by most mammals to regulate their body temperature are similar to the one that we humans use. We maintain a constant body temperature of 37 degrees centigrade. In summer, when outside temperature is more than our body temperature, we sweat profusely. The resulting evaporative cooling, similar to what happens with the desert cooler in operation. Now, operation. So, brings down the body temperature in winter. When the temperature is much lower than the 37 degrees centigrade, we start to shiver, a kind of exercise which produces heat and raises the body temperature. So during fever you are or during viral infection you are sensing about the shivering. So malaria, actually the body needs to maintain their body temperature. If there is chilled condition, very chilled condition, you don't have anything for warming up your body, even you don't have shawl, sweater, jacket, so our body naturally shiver or warm up or vibrate, just warm up our body parts. So that is the shivering is the natural phenomenon by which that is the exercise for producing heat, which is done by most of the mammals. Plants, on the other hand, do not have such mechanism to maintain their internal temperature. Now, conformers. Next is what is confirm. An overwhelming majority, 99% of animals and nearly all plants cannot maintain a constant internal environment. Their body temperature changes with water osmotic concentration. So majority of animal cannot do with this method. In plant, you have learned about the plasmolysis, how the plasmolysis occur when the outer solvent have more concentrated solution, or when we put any part of the leaves in more concentrated solutions, so the leaves become shrink. So what is the method? That is that the regulation is absent in plants. The thermoregulation is also absent in plants. That's why it happened. Now most of the fishes do their osmoregulation because they are living in water. So through the kidney they do osmoregulation. Or it is main task for the marine fishes too, to maintaining their osmoregulation, because the outer side is more salt containing water is present, or at that condition it is hard to maintain our osmolarity or osmotic concentration. These animals and plants are simply conformers. Those do not maintain their temperature or osmoregulation. Considering the benefits of constant internal environment to the organism, we must ask why this conformer had not evolved to become regulators. Recall the human analogy we used above. Such as they like. How many people can really afford an air conditioner? Many simply sweat it out and resign themselves to suboptimal performance in hot summer months. Thermoregulation is energetically expensive for many organisms. This is particularly true for small animals like shrew and hummingbirds. Heat loss or heat gain is a function of surface area. Since small animals have a large surface area relative to their volume, this tend to lose body heat very fast when it is cold outside. Then they have to expend much energy to generate body heat though metabolism. So that's why they are small. The food availability are so less, so they are not able to generate such kind of energy, because for warming up our body, for regulating temperature, the ATP molecule are required, or ATP is formed by the carbohydrate. If the energy substance is not present, so it cannot be possible to maintain our body temperature or thermoregulation or osmotic regulation. This is the main reason why very small animals are rarely found in polar regions. During the course of evolution, the costs of benefits of maintaining a constant internal environment are taken into consideration. Some species have evolved the ability to regulate, but only over a limited range of environmental conditions, beyond which they simply conform. So that is only limited range of environmental conditions they can survive, or beyond this condition they are not able to survive. It is the stressful external condition are localized. If the stressful external condition are localized or remain only for a short duration, the organism has to other alternative for survival. So other alternative for the survival. It is simply saying about the conformers do not have such ability. They need more because they are small in size. That's why their surface area is large as compared to their volume, their body volume. That's why the heat loss more from the surface area or greater in amount. That's why on the polar in the polar region only the large animals can survive at the polar because their surface area is low and their body volume is high. That's why this is the reason behind how they can survive. They can survive. The large animal can survive, not the small animal can survive, because more the surface area, more losses heat from the body surface. So that's why the conformers are not able to survive in an extremely harsh condition where these animals can do. Now next is migrate. What is migrate? Some of the animal shows the migration like birds during the harsh condition, like in Siberia, the extreme chilled condition during winter time. The Siberian birds migrate from Siberia to the India. So because India in the temperature of India during winter season is more tolerable than the Siberia. That's why the organism can move away temporarily from the stressful habitat to a more hospitable area and return when stressful period is over. So they return during summer season when they pass their extreme harsh condition or as compared to the Siberia into India, or India is more preferable condition for the Siberian bird. In human analogy, this strategy is like a person moving from Delhi to Shimla for duration of summer. Many animals, particularly birds, during winter undertake long distance migration to more hospitable areas. Every winter, the famous Keolado National Park of Bharatpur in Rajasthan hosts thousands of migratory birds coming from the Siberia and other extremely cold northern region. Now suspend. What is suspend? Next is here migration is also for the reproduction, for the survival also. So birds mainly shows the migration or suspend. In bacteria, fungi or lower plant, various kind of thick walled spores are formed which help them to survive under unfavorable conditions. That means more the fungi form spores, the lower plants like fungi form spores, the lower plants also form like ferns which belongs to the pteridophytes member form ferns. They also form spores, that the spores wall has resistance for the outer environment. That's why the seeds or whatever the living cell is present inside the spore can survive during unfavorable conditions. So formed help them to survive unfavorable conditions. This germinate on availability of suitable environment in higher plant seeds and some other vegetative reproductive structures serve as means to ride over period of stress besides helping in diverse dispersal. They germinate to form new plant under favorable condition, moisture and temperature condition. They do so by reducing their metabolic activity. We know about the seed, how they reduce the metabolic activity or the rate of respiration, or thereby they increase their rate of survival or viability. So that's why, and similarly pollen grain or to increase their viability by the sporopollenin, that is highly resistant for the outer environment. So it is the method of the survival. In next class we will discuss about the next topic. Here is overall about the how they regulate their body temperature for survival, how they maintain their osmolarity for survival, how they migrate from one area to another area for survival, how they suspended or conformers do for the survival, do what mechanism done by the conformers for the survival. So student, I hope you like this video. Student, in next class we will discuss about the next topic.